This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast, recorded at the Ontario House, the Stone Jug.
Alright, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. We're back after a little hiatus, I guess.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy.
It's been a busy summer.
It's been a very busy summer. It's been great.
Yeah, August has been packed.
It really has.
How are you, the listener? How have you been? You been busy too? Good.
I hope so.
Having fun? Where do we start? Backtrack.
Well,
What happened? A lot of stuff happened. You guys been having music every weekend, right?
yeah, every single weekend. This past weekend being the best one of all. It was fantastic. We had a band out of North Tonawanda via New Jersey / New York City. And the guys were amazing before the com. They were incredible musicians. They did all their own material, and they were great. They were, like, really great. They might actually come back and do a show in the fall. I'll let everyone know if they do. But they were really, really good. So hopefully they will come back. They brought a nice little crowd with them, and it was a really fun night.
Yeah. Before the calm.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the Sunday series has been going well.
Yeah, it's been going really good. We had the Chamberlains this weekend, and
Those are local favorites.
Yep. So some people from down at the Yacht Club and some just local musicians, and they bring in a fantastic crowd and a lot of fun, cool people.
Because they all got to go to higher ground.
Right. Yeah.
Because their spot is sinking.
That's right. They had to come up to the old good old jug to play a show because they couldn't get one in down there.
Everyone's freaking out about the water levels. I'm for it. Because where my house is situated, I'm thinking in like 2-3 years, I'm going to have waterfront property. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the jug is becoming more and more waterfront property.
Yeah.
It always kind of has been. You know, you sit out on the front porch and you got the best view in the world.
Uh-huh.
Literally in the world.
Yeah.
And, with the water levels rising, it's becoming an even better view.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so we're slowly sinking. How are you? Other things.
Well, and then there was those things, and then Saturday was the best day of all. The day in between those two shows, which was our Day of the Dead.
Yes.
And which you were a huge part of. And,
yeah.
And you guys fucking rocked the house, and then we played the show after. It was just from, I don't know, 5:30 until midnight, I would say. It was just great.
Yeah, we had a really good turnout for that. And which, it's great, man. It's the celebration of the dead, of the Grateful Dead, and everything that they've done. We've talked about it endlessly on this show.
Yep.
There's a lot of bands out there, but there's not a lot of worlds like that.
Right.
So you see people rolling in tie-dyes and steal your face shirts. You're like, yes.
Yep.
And we're going to continue to build that.
We sure are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do another one. We're gonna keep that thing rolling, and we might even add a Shakedown Street next year.
Vendors and whatnot.
Yeah, we're gonna do some vendors, I think.
Grilled cheese donut. Shout out to you. Come on down. Bring it on down.
Sell some Stone Jug tie-dyes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, be the Stone Jug on the front, and it'll just say Jerry on the back, something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. There's got to be one Dead lyric that has something to do with a jug.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure it out. I'm sure we'll find one.
Dude, I've noticed that at those particular shows, the Dead and Fish, like bands that have this deep cult following, where like there's no other band who has. I mean, the merchandise that the band themselves puts out, and then the merchandise that all their fans make. That is like, there's whole runs of T-shirts that are based on one lyric from one song from 1974. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, no other band has that. Like, U2 doesn't have that.
The first shirt that I ever got at a concert was in 1991. I got a shirt that, oh, that's funny. My buddy from Toronto just texted me, how did the Day of the Dead go? But it was It was like a recycling sign, and it said "One man gathers what another man spills."
Oh, nice. That's clever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first shirt I ever owned or ever bought at a concert.
Tons of stuff like that. No other band has that type of detailed following, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, Day of the Dead was great. The night before that was that Rack and Tour show at the Rapids,
Right.
which was that was kind of like their replacement Woodstock set. Because they were supposed to do Woodstock, they were on their way upstate, and then Woodstock got canceled. So like 2 weeks before, they just said fuck it when they booked a gig in Niagara Falls and tickets went on sale. And I was like, that's the day before Day of the Dead. I got shit going on the day before. I'm like, that's like my one day to kind of chill and get all my stuff together. And I don't know, fuck that. I just kind of ignored it to pretend it wasn't happening because I knew I probably shouldn't go. And then like day of, my one buddy had tickets, and then he ended up getting rid of those, and that kind of made me he had tickets and I waited too long, and I was like, you still got those? He's like, no, I got rid of them. And I was like, there's your medical device commercial song.
Yep, exactly.
Millions of Americans have... What's that? What?
She's working. I got to answer this.
All right, Jesus.
I know. All right, sorry about that.
Okay, so the Rack and Tour show. It was, because it was like very last minute booking. They didn't have to do that. They were just like on their way up. They're like, hey, let's go to Niagara Falls. So it kind of felt like this fun little party. This is a show that's not supposed to be happening.
Right.
And the Rapids it's a beautiful fucking venue.
It's a beautiful venue.
It's gorgeous, but it's pretty tight. It's small for a band like that. You know what I mean? Like I saw Jack White at Art Park, which is a gigantic amphitheater.
Right.
Which we were... All right, here, I'm going to totally sidetrack. We went to Thievery Corporation, which I didn't know anything about that band, but I went to see them, and they're dope. But the whole... Dude, it was monsooning the whole time before. It was just... Dude, just crazy, right? We're sitting in the sunroom of my house with Pete, and it's just, dude, you couldn't even see across the street.
Right.
And he's like, it's not happening. So it kind of cleared up for a bit, and they said the show was going to go on, so we walk over to Art Park, and we end up, like, taking shelter in the amphitheater when it was empty. I don't know if I've ever been in there when it was that empty. I'm like, this place is fucking huge.
Right.
I don't know. You don't really realize how big it is until it's empty. Well, we saw Jack White in there, so then to see him at Rapids, like, right in your face was like, oh, shit. And, like, it was a great show. And it was hot, and I was standing for a long time. It's exhausting. So I come home, pass out for a couple hours, wake up, immediately start looping Rack and Tour songs to try to add them to the Phriendly Phoes set list.
There you go.
And then I look, and I'm like, oh, shit, I gotta go. I pack everything up, all the PA, every piece of equipment I possibly can. I pack it all up, come down to the jug, unpack it all, set it all up, get Stevie going. Stevie Fleck opened up the Day of the Dead, and he was great. His looping stuff is super trippy and cool. So he played for a bit. Stevie's done. He's break him down, set up. Me and Pete do a set of banjo and cajon. Cajon is like the little box that you see drummers sitting on, and it's either just whacking a box.
Yeah.
So
that was great.
Yeah, we did a whole set of that. Longer set than I anticipated. We just kept going. And then as soon as that was done, it was like, all right, go time. Because we got this Phoe Baggs band is 6 guys and a ton of gear. Dude, it's just chaos. And I'm running the board. So everybody, I got mic cables coming from left and right.
Well, I think I found that cable you were looking for.
I have them.
So
you
found
found
one
it differently. You found something else.
Yeah.
Because I have mine, yeah. So yeah, dude, there's mic cables coming from fucking everywhere. Like, it was just fucking chaos. And then I'm like, all right, we're good set up. All right, let's go. And now we're playing, and it's going well, and it's good. There's a ton of people out there. And like about 4 or 5 songs in, I start like kind of feeling a little funny. I'm starting just like kind of like oof, shaking it off, and I'm realizing like it's like 6, 7 o'clock by now, and I'm like,
probably.
I don't think I've eaten anything.
Right.
I don't think I drank any water. It's hot as fuck. I haven't sat down.
Right.
Like, at all day.
Yep.
And I'm, like, starting to be like, okay. Starting to shake it off, but, like, I'm still playing. And so funny, you listen back to the recording, and it sounds like we're all just on, but, like, part of my brain was like, okay, B squad, play the guitar. A squad, what the fuck's going on? Let's figure this out. Like, I'm playing, and then half of my brain's going, all right. Okay, I'm getting that watery mouth, lightheaded feeling. I'm like,
don't throw up in front of all these people.
Exactly. I'm like, am I about to puke? I feel like I'm about to puke. What did I didn't think I ate anything. Did I eat anything? And B side of my brain is and everybody's like, you're so into the music. I'm like, that whole time I don't even know if I was listening to what I was doing.
Right.
I was just going like, all right, let me just,
it's all muscle memory at that point.
I'm thinking like, I don't want to go, because I have a long cord on my guitar. I'm like, I could go just puke in the bushes and keep playing, but that ain't a good
That would
look.
have been hilarious.
That would be hilarious to like us and our friends, and fucking horrifying to like any other people.
Right.
And then that would kind of overshadow everything else that was going on that day. The rest of the band that was playing fine, and people would be like, how was Day of the Dead? I think Sean's drinking again.
I think Sean's drinking again.
In the middle of New Minglewood Blues, he threw up in the bushes. So I'm like,
we came up with a good solution.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna finish this solo out, and then I'm gonna go, because you're getting that kind like the watery mouth, like like just kind of that like smoked a cigarette, and if you're not used to it type of thing, kind of lightheaded, watery mouth, like all right, I'm sweating, and I look over and I'm like, all right, let me finish this out. As soon as Maya starts singing again, I'll just quietly turn my shit off and run inside and like make it look like I have to piss or something. And I look over at Maya and he's like, yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
I'm like, son of a bitch. So I just ripped through another rotation and then just, put it down. And as I'm walking out, everybody's fucking stopping me. And I'm like, I'm about to throw up on your shoes, bro. You don't want to let me go. So, like, that's why I walk into the bar and I see you and I was about to be like, yo, Cap, just give me a big glass of water and let me use the bathroom upstairs.
Right.
And then, but there's people out talking to me, so I'm like, all right, let me go get where it's quiet.
Yeah.
And I go in the back. And then...
And I shoved you in the walk-in cooler.
Yeah, well, Chicago came out. Chicago, the cook, came out like a drug dealer in a 70s cop movie. He's like, hey, man.
He kind of looks like one, too.
Hey, man, what's going on? Oh, you a little overheated? Oh, I got what you need. Come step into the cooler. And I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, man. It'll make you feel good. Come on, man. Come in the back.
It does, dude. It works.
Yeah, so I go and chill in the cooler for a second, and it's like a video game. Like, you could feel, like, the level just...
I told you, man. When I get really overheated, when we're doing real busy nights at the Jug, and it just gets so packed in there that nothing can keep up. I go down into the fucking walk-in cooler in the basement, and I'll sit right on a keg in there. Yeah. And, like, my whole temperature just goes... Yeah. And I'm like, I can breathe again.
And you're not as frazzled. You can kind of pay attention again. You can kind of focus. Yeah. And I'm sure bartending, you can kind of identify with also, like, look, everybody, sometimes you need a minute.
Yeah.
You need a minute to chill. And literally.
Right.
And when you need that minute, if you're bartending or you're playing guitar... You look up and you're like, every person here is staring at me.
Yeah.
I can't like quietly chill. Like they're all.
No.
I look at the band, they're all looking at me.
And I'll do like when I feel like that, I'll do like 20 drinks in like 2 minutes. You know, like literally that fast. Yeah. And then I'll be like you, and they'll be like, you just got me. And I'll be like you, and they'll be like, you just got me. And I'll be like, holy fuck, I'm out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And. Yeah, so I just went and chilled in the cooler for a second and, like, just kind of came back to normal. Came out and jammed, and the rest of the night was good.
Right.
But I was like, I don't want to throw up in front of these people. And it all stems back from one incident. And I don't know if I've told this story before. Maybe. I had to be, like, in, like, the 6th grade or some shit. Yeah, because middle school is, like, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So you're 6th, so you're the young kid. And we were little skate rat kids, and we hung out at the skate park. And they were older kids. They were 8th graders. 7th or 8th graders were the older kids at the skate park that we weren't really friends with, but kind of hung around and saw them at the skate park.
Sure.
But there was no, like, official initiation. And I'm sitting in school one day, and I'm getting that same watery mouth, funny feeling, like, all right, I'm not feeling too hot. I think I got to go to the old nurse there. So I'm walking down the hall to go to the nurse, and, like, right outside the nurse's door are two of the cool kids, and they're like,
cool kids.
They're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And like they saw me and like recognized me, and they're walking over to me like hands up, ready to high five and dab up, and I'm about to be initiated into the cool kid group,
right?
And as they're walking up, it just cubs up.
Oh no!
But it was like projectile, but I like covered my mouth. So like, you know how when you put your thumb over the hose?
Yeah.
So I cover my mouth and it just amplifies it and just sprays everywhere. And these two guys are like, what the fuck? They're just going, hey, there's that kid. What's going on, man? Ah! And I just Ralph and just run into the fucking nurse's office, and that was it. My fate was set that day. I'll never be a cool kid.
I'll never be.
That's why I am who I am. I'll never be a cool kid. And now
My fate was set that day.
Yeah. All these years later, I'm playing guitar in front of everybody, and I'm like, not again, motherfucker.
Not again.
No. I'm about to Ralph. I'm about to go do it.
Why do they always do this to me?
Yeah. Not again. Not puking in front of the cool kids. I'm gonna go puke inside.
I will puke inside. I'm not
But
going
yeah.
in the bushes.
So if anybody wondered why I abandoned my post very promptly, it was to spare all of you.
Right.
You know. That would have been, because it would have been, your buddy texting you, how's Day of the Dead? You'd be like, it's cool, man. Yeah, it's cool. Thurman puked everywhere. That was weird, but
I'm sure you're going to hear about this, so I might as well just tell you now.
We tried to get, because I would just be like, all right, let's move on, get past it.
Yep.
Next song. Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Right.
In the pure tradition of the Grateful Dead, there was odd shit happening all over the place that day. Everybody feeling weird. You went and fucking took a little napper.
Yeah.
A little cap nap.
I took a little cap nap. I know. I just, I was like, it was hot, and I had worked all night the night before. I was there till like almost 6 in the morning.
It was muggy as shit because once again, it was the
Right.
whole morning was a monsoon.
And, yeah, like when I was going home at like 5 or 6 in the morning, it just started downpouring, and I got home, and as I always do, I had a couple beers and smoked a cigarette out the back porch, and then I got less sleep than any normal human should ever have.
Yeah.
And got up and tried to start doing it again, and I was there for like a couple hours doing different things, and I got something to eat, which made me feel a little better. But then an hour after that, like I was like, oh, I'm fucking going down again. Like, it was just so muggy and so hot, and like running around does not help at all, as you know.
Yeah.
And so my office is air conditioned, so I went up to the office, and I was like, I just need to lay down for 5 minutes and get back out there. And I freaking was like...
Famous last words.
Yeah, like 40 minutes later or something like that, I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I gotta get back down there. How'd that happen? But I felt fucking fantastic for the rest of the day and the night.
Yeah.
So, like, it really, like, it brought my core temperature down about 10 degrees, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I don't think I never got overheated again, which was great because it fucking sucks feeling like that. I hate that feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was happening to a lot of people, that day. That day was getting everybody. But, you're going to have those days in August, the dog days of summer.
Absolutely. That's the seasons. We need to, change some of the parameters of these seasons.
Right.
We need fall and spring to stretch a little out into winter, summer, so it's not like, dude, is there anything better than the first beautiful snowfall? You're like, oh, this is awesome. I forgot about this. This is cool, and all the just the coziness of it.
Right.
I like winter.
Sure.
And then when everything is just shit ice.
Yeah.
And you just get in the fucking, as soon as you walk outside, it's just like, fuck.
Here's our 17th snowfall. I'm done with this.
The shit that people yell when it's cold, though, because they're not thinking about what they're yelling. Like if they're, you're getting in your car and you're waiting for your car to warm up. The shit that I've heard people yell, and myself have yelled, because it's the most honest thing you'll ever say in your life, because you're not thinking, you're just screaming anger and profanity because you're so cold. I said shitty tit fucker one time. It was just so cold. I was like, shitty tit fucker. And then I kind of started breaking it down. I'm like, that could be so many things.
Sure could.
Either you're a tit fucker, but you're bad at it. So you're shitty tit fucker. Or the tits themselves are shitty.
Yeah.
Like literal shitty, like some German stuff, or they're just not good.
Right.
Or
you just did anal.
Yeah. Who knows, man? These are the things, these warm my thoughts while my body freezes.
At least your thoughts are warm.
Trying to stay focused on something instead of just, I think the blood is becoming a slushy in my body.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, that was great success.
It was a great success. It was fantastic. And I can't wait to do it again. And I think you guys are all going to maybe get together and play another show in a couple months here. At least that's what...
Well, we're doing the first.
Right.
Is that? Yeah,
Right.
that's the last
There's that.
Sunday. Is September 1st. Is the last of the Sunday series for the year. Because
Right.
that's and it's going to be, what was it? Jimmy Civ and the Runabouts.
Yep.
Friendly Phoes.
Yep.
And then a Phoe Baggs set, which
Yeah.
is the same collective of us with the guys from
Right.
the, yeah.
So that's
So
gonna
there'll be that.
and then we're gonna do a live stream of a fish show.
After, yeah, because
Afterwards.
Fish is at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pavilion in Colorado.
Yep, they love dicks.
Yes.
So that's gonna be great. And then Monday we have the Tower Band right after the Labor Day Parade. So
Oh, nice.
So we got a couple days in a row of music to end the music series, and then we're gonna move on to football. The following Sunday,
The 8th is the pig roast,
Is
yeah.
the second annual pig roast for the opening day of the Bills versus the Jets, which is gonna also be fantastic. Like we're doing some really really fun things, you know. And we did the pig roast last year, and it went really, really good. And I think, you know, the couple minor hiccups that we had have been resolved. And this year, I think, is going to be perfect.
Yeah, well, this year we just got to make sure it's a pig, you know? We didn't know it was a dog. Sorry. What are you going to do? You still ate it. It was still good. Everyone's still complimenting it. Someone found a tag in their sandwich, okay?
This year, we're
It
going to
happens.
stuff it with chickens instead of pigeons.
Yeah. It was just a turducken of whatever we found at the park.
Right. So, yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So we got a couple more weeks here in a row. Not this coming weekend, but a couple weeks in a row. By the time you guys hear this, it'll be a couple weeks in a row of some really fantastic shit. And I hope everybody comes out to see it.
Yeah, that projecting the show on the wall is really cool.
It's fucking badass, dude.
Yeah, you set up a sound system, make sure it's loud and it sounds good. And then, yeah, you project it a show on the wall, and everyone hangs out in the parking lot like they're at a fucking show.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yep.
And I was talking to Mike. I'm like, you don't got to pay the band. They're not late. You just hit play whenever you want. There they are.
Exactly.
It's never like, where'd the fucking bass player go?
Yep.
They're right there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, really great. So, yeah, I'm excited to do these things. And then, like I said, we'll move on to the tailgate parties for the Bills games. And we'll start doing shows on Saturday nights instead of Sundays.
Yeah.
You
We'll
know.
start doing dirty inside shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and cool. Everybody packs in that room, and it gets steamy. You
It
know
does.
what I mean? Yeah.
It does.
That's fun.
I want to, I don't even think I talked to you about this yet, but we got to do a Halloween show this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here it is.
All right. Yeah, we'll do a Halloween show.
For sure. The best Halloween show ever, though. We all know what that one was.
Yes, dude. Everybody still
Everyone
time.
still talks
Every
about
time
it.
I leave my house, everyone talks about when we did the Chicks with Dicks. And we did the G-Spot Puncher set, dressed in drag, went upstairs, all got made over, and came out as like, you know,
As chicks.
That was like our New York Dolls thing.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
It was
dude.
great, but I will remind you all, there was musical purpose behind it. It wasn't just like, haha, I have boobs now.
No, it wasn't. It was
We
really, really good.
Spent time learning all these different songs. Some of them stuck around, like Waterfalls and Cherry Bomb was a great one.
Yeah, yep.
That I'm a bitch, I'm a
Yeah,
we did that one.
Yep.
We did all these chick songs. We did the I Love Rock and Roll. Yeah, we did a bunch of 99 Red Balloons.
99
was
Red
one.
Balloons,
Those were
yeah.
ones that became like permanent.
That one was a
staples
permanent one, yeah.
of the set list. Yeah,
They did. They became permanent. Yeah, a bunch of them.
everybody.
That was one of the funnest nights I ever had bartending too.
Yeah, that was a good
Which says a
time.
lot because I've
Yeah.
bartended thousands of times. So,
Yeah.
that was probably my top 3.
Once again, one of my dear childhood friends' funeral was the next day.
Yeah, I
So
know.
every time I think of that, I'm like, I always remember the two sides of my brain being like, God, this is fucking awesome. This is oh yeah.
right.
Oh man, what a great night. What do I have to do tomorrow again? Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's gonna be like the worst day, butting up to the best night ever.
Right, I know.
With like no sleep in between.
Right.
Yeah, it was odd.
It was.
Dude, that's why like, even the Day of the Dead thing, it's all chaotic and all that shit. When we got to the end and sing What a Long Strange Trip It's Been, I'm like, that fucking lyric gets more pointent
you
as
remember
the days go by.
Do you remember the chick at that show? She had like a scary face like painted on, like, and then she had like most incredible fucking body, and she just had 2 hands painted onto her tits.
Sure.
And that was like her whole outfit.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. Like,
We
she
don't
didn't
know.
have like no one knew who it was the whole night.
Really?
Like, it was like she must have came from like another town and was like, I'm just gonna fuck with these people. Like,
Yeah.
all night. And because I remember her smiling a lot. Like, you know,
I probably
because people
remember-
were like, damn, baby.
Yeah.
Like, because she just had great fucking tits. And they just had 2 hands painted on them. Like, you could see nipple and everything. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. So, like, no one fucking knew who the fuck it was.
That's weird when
And-
that happens here.
Yeah, I know. And everyone kept asking, like, who does anyone know who that? And everyone was like, no idea. And
Who got a hooker?
yeah, I know. So, well, anyway, fucking
Hopefully she comes back.
yeah,
Jesus.
well, yeah, I know. And cheers to your titties.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. It's a small town, so like we all like anytime there's a hot girl, we all know who it is.
Exactly.
So, dude, I was at Tops a couple weeks ago, and there was a girl who was like, Middle Eastern or something, like dark skin, and she was a knockout. She was gorgeous. She beautiful face, like tight, slim body, but like plump where you wanted it to be. Perfect.
Sure.
Just perfect.
Yeah.
She was a perfect,
It was
gorgeous
all the right spots.
girl, and I kind of was like annoyed. Like, cause like I go to Tops like twice a week. What the fuck? I want to go up to her and be like, "Hey, what the fuck?
Where'd you come from?
Who are you? What's the deal? What is this? There's not a
What's
whole
the
lot
deal?
of gorgeous Middle Eastern, Mediterranean women walking around fucking Tops. What the
Nope.
fuck?
There's actually 0.
There's 0. Just you. What gives? Show me some ID.
Show me some ID.
Who are you?
What's your address?
This is a trap. This is obviously a trap.
Oh, that's great.
It's so funny. Yeah. Tiny town.
Tiny town.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do a Halloween show. Hopefully that girl comes back.
Yeah, right?
If not, someone's gonna have to do it.
Right.
Maybe that was just one of our like friends in like the greatest Halloween costume ever.
Maybe. And she
Yeah.
still is holding on to the secret.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's one of our friends that's like, oh,
One of our
I
friends who,
don't
like-
know.
Yeah, who-
He.
Who always dresses down, too, so you couldn't really tell. You could
Yeah.
never really tell what a great body she has.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, there was one Halloween.
There's a picture of her, in,
Yeah?
like somewhere in one of the old drawers or something. Eddie probably has it now because I think a lot of that shit like went out the window with him. But
Yeah, I know he's got a picture of us all in drag.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. There was a ton of pictures. There was like 2 whole rolls of like actual pictures.
Yeah.
From that night, and I don't have a clue what happened to him. Because the girl that I was bartending with, like, as soon as she was wearing like a French maid outfit, and I remember as soon as she got there, like, I was like, that a girl,
Yeah.
and I was like, tips are gonna be coming in tonight, and she's like, yeah, you're on nipple watch, by the way. I was like, no problem.
Yeah. I already was.
I was already looking. But yeah, we had a lot of fun that night. It was a great night. But I remember seeing a couple pictures of her and being like, damn.
Yeah. That's a great tradition.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. It's any occupation. It really is just like the same like outfit, just short skirt, tight, tits out. And if it's a French maid, it's black and white. If it's
Right.
red and white, it's a firefighter. If it's blue and white, you're a cop. It's all the same shit.
I know.
It's like Power Rangers outfits. Like it's all the same.
Yeah,
thing, just
pretty
different
much.
colors. Yeah. If it's brown and white, you're like a fucking park ranger or some shit.
A Mountie?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a slutty Mountie. All right, I'll be the moose.
I'll be the moose. See
Yeah.
Super Troopers too. I would rather fuck a moose. You'd need a ladder. I wouldn't need a ladder, but I would get that ladder and I would fuck that moose.
Mooses are big, scary motherfuckers.
They sure are.
Yeah. I don't know. You definitely want that moose to be into it. If the moose objects whatsoever, that's not a good thing.
Now you're dead.
You need to wine and dine that moose. All right, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. All right.
We'll be back.
colors, crazy golden, straight middle to a double. Wanna follow wish I was a headlight on a northbound train. I'd shine my light through the Colorado rain.
There was in like I think one of the first few times we did the podcast at the Jug in the back by like where the dartboard is now, where it is now. I was setting all the shit up, and it was all I didn't really have it honed in on how exactly I was going to do it yet. I was kind of experimenting with how I was setting everything up. I think we were trying to use a speaker, but there's a bunch of people in the bar, and I'm just sitting at a table in the back setting all this up. And I put my headphones on, and I turn it on, and something was pointing at something where it shouldn't. So in my headphones was just the most blasting, just feedback, disorienting, and everybody else in the bar is just quietly hanging out, and I'm in the back corner having a fucking seizure, in that fucking X-Men movie when the dude's brain gets all fucked up and everybody just freezes. And you have to force your way through it, and they do it really well in the movie. That's exactly what it is. I just always think that's so funny. I'm just in the back by myself, having this experience, and everybody else is in the bar. Where in the very background, you see oh, you're reeling in the years, and then people talking over it.
Right.
It's just a quiet afternoon at the bar.
Yep.
All right. I got a list of stories in here.
Okay.
We could get to. I got a bunch. One of them's called Abstract Titties.
Abstract Titties?
Yeah, you sent me that one.
I did?
Yeah. Maybe that was the Halloween girl with the paint on her boobs. They were abstract art because there was paint on.
I send a lot of things in the middle of the night.
Abstract titties. Maybe that was meant for someone else.
Yeah, right?
What do you want to see?
Yo, abstract titties, get your ass over here.
Abstract titties. That's, yeah. No, you don't want to be on anybody's phone as that. My one buddy told me a story about his friend who is the go-to guy when a lot of bands come to town and they need to get something to smoke or something to drink or whatever the fuck they want to get.
Yeah.
He's a guy that he knows tour guys and promoters and shit like that.
Right.
So Wu-Tang Clan was in town one time, and most of this other dude's clients are Keller Williams and a bunch of hippie bands. So Wu-Tang Clan's in town, and he's hanging out there, and their security was yeah, we need some weed or some shit. We need a lot. And he's goes home and gets just two fucking, I don't forgot what it was, just large amount of marijuana.
Yeah.
And he brings it back, and the security guys take him in the back of the bus to, like, do the deal. And they just fucking pretty much go, like, yeah, that's ours now. And they, like, shuttle him off the bus.
Right.
They just take his weed from him and to kick him out. I'm like, oh, that must be the end of the story. He's like, no. He got in his car, and he followed the bus to the Holiday Inn. And, like, got out and was, like, confronted, like... I'm like, he confronted the Wu-Tang... Not the Wu-Tang Clan. The Wu-Tang Clan security guards.
Right.
Like, the guys who kill for the guys who... The killer bees. The actual killer bees. you confronted them in a Holiday Inn in, like, Buffalo or some shit.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, this dude is yelling in the middle of the night. Yelling at... Like, just surrounded by all these giant black dudes. And Method Man is in the middle of it. Yelling at him. And he finally, like, calmed down and got out. And, like, he was smoking with Method Man later. And he's like, man, what the fuck? They robbed me. And pretty much Method Man goes, the motherfuckers would rob me too if I let them. Just pretty much like, shit happens, kid.
Right.
That was funny.
That's great.
So we got a book Wu-Tang Clan here, but we're not helping you get anything because we've heard what happens.
Well, we know what
we thought you were trustworthy young men.
Right.
Wu-Tang Clan.
What was that all about?
Yeah. This is not Christian rap at all.
Yeah,
this
like,
was mislabeled.
You don't have the $100? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Just to get the whole thing over with. Or at least smoke with me.
Yeah, really. That would be fun. I feel like that would be like normal for a minute, and then like I'd kind of remember what was happening.
Right.
The Be Real does that show where like they smoke in a car, like they sit in a car and they have cameras on them and they just smoke the car out, and it's like kind of like a talk show, like a podcast type thing.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, that is a panic attack waiting to happen for me. At one point, I'd be like, I gotta get out. I'm freaking out right now. Like, we're in this car with, like, bright lights on us. Like, which would be fine to deal with a little bit, but, like, smoking the amount that Be Real would want to smoke with you,
yeah,
I'd be like, half of it would just be like, yeah, huh? What? Yeah, sure. He's trying to interview me. I'm just like, is it fucking hot in here? Do you have a walk-in cooler I could use?
Yeah. Got a keg I can sit on?
Now I'm hooked, man. Now every time I see Chicago, I'm like, yo, let me get a couple ice cubes.
Let me get a couple ice cubes.
What, you guys are going to bust in the bathroom and have my face in like a little cooler? like a little handheld cooler. They'd be like, oh, man, he's getting deep.
Thurman, not again.
I got like ice packs all over my body under my clothes.
He's in way too deep, guys. We got to help him.
He's been in the ice bar for 4 days straight. So it's like reverse Kramer when he would put his clothes in the oven.
Yeah.
Heat them up.
Right.
What's in your oven? I'm baking a pie.
I'm baking a pie.
Dude, Seinfeld's the funniest shit ever.
It is.
It's in 100 years that's still gonna be funny. There's a lot of funny shit, but like it's like classically funny.
I know. I've been watching it a little bit lately again on Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu's got it all.
Right. So it's it's pretty fucking funny, man.
I was
like the first episode. I watched the first episode ever.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's super weird.
You know it's weird? Finishing a series where like you see a guy, like I finished Breaking Bad.
Right.
And like watched the last of it on Netflix and was like, oh my god, that was crazy. Like what a fucking experience. What a brilliant, heavy, dramatic show, and Cranston was so fucking amazing in that.
Right.
And then so I'm looking at Bryan Cranston, what else he's been in, and there's Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit, I haven't watched that in a while. So I play an episode of that, and it was like I took a large amount of hallucinogens and watched Breaking Bad, because it was like it showed their house, which is like a suburban house, like in Breaking Bad, and it showed him in there as the dad.
Right.
And he's got a baby and a wife, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm tripping and watching like a different version of this family, and I'm just like, lady, you got to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was trippy.
Have you watched that show, Sneaky Pete?
No. But I've heard it's good. There's too many shows.
That's
dude.
Bryan Cranston.
Is he in that?
He's in it for a few episodes, and he also is like one of the producers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good show.
He's great. There's too many goddamn shows.
There is. There's way too many.
He was in a movie where I forgot what it's called, but it's real weird. It's he's like a husband. He's got a wife, and I think he's got a kid too. And like he's kind of bored with his life, and I don't know, he's whatever over it. I think his wife's fucking around on him. And he like comes home one night and goes into like the like storage attic above his garage, like a place where no one has been in forever. He's looking for something, and it's at night, and he ends up looking out the window into his house. He's looking in the window of his house, and he's watching her do shit. And he's watching everybody, and like he just doesn't leave. And this dude ends up just like staying up there and like sneaking around to like get food and shit like a fucking raccoon, but then going up there like, and he goes missing, and he watches them, like the cops are coming to the house, and he's watching how they all react to him missing from this little window up above the garage. It's real trip, man. It was pretty, I think it was good. I don't remember, but it was interesting.
Sounds like being John Malkovich.
A little bit, yeah. I can smell their apartment in that movie. Their apartment, like I can smell it. They got the dude, they had 16 different kinds of fucking animals. Cameron Diaz's hair is all frizzy. She looks like fucking Gene Wilder.
Yep.
It's just like I can smell the apartment.
Well, you know it's a good movie when you can actually smell it.
Yes. Isn't that Spike Jonze? Spike Jonze is great.
Yeah.
Anytime you see a cool music video, odds are it's directed by Spike Jonze.
Yeah, right. What else we got?
You want me to keep looking on the list? We don't know what abstract titties is.
No, I'm not sure what that is.
I have one that's like, all right, it's about a friend. It's just funny. It's kind of sad, but it's funny. And this is all said in love. I'm not going to say anybody's names, but I got this friend. And she has her like best friend from like childhood. And like their parents are both very tight too. So the girl one, her mom and dad are good friends with girl two's mom and dad.
Okay.
And these girls, when they're in high school, they're about to graduate, and the one girl wants a fucking jet ski. Like, that's what she wants, is jet skis for a graduation present.
Okay.
And she's like, I think they're gonna get them. I think they're gonna get the jet skis. It's like that's all she's thinking about. And then one day, I'm trying to keep this straight without I need names. Girl one's parents tell girl two's parents that like, they're getting divorced, and we're gonna tell the kids tonight. So they tell their kid, they're like, oh yeah, her parents are getting divorced, they're telling her tonight, so you got to be there for your friend, blah blah blah. She's probably gonna call you crying later. She's like, okay, all right. And she gets a phone call, and it's the first girl, and she goes, dude, my parents called me, they said you got to come home right away, I think they got me the jet skis. She's all excited. Now girl 2 is in this like, oh, that's great.
Yay.
I bet. Or maybe something else. Could be something.
Hopefully that's what it is, but I don't know.
That could be the most fun thing, or maybe it's going to be real ugly. And that's just, that's a sad situation, but god damn it, that's hilarious. I think they got the jet skis.
That's great.
Circumstances.
Yep. So, what else we got coming up? No.
What? Nothing.
No.
We need a calendar.
We do. I keep thinking about what I still have to do for dinner tonight. It keeps on coming back into my head, and I'm like, god damn it, stop thinking about that.
We got Red Ruckus coming over with some more of his kill, right?
Oh yeah, we're doing venison steaks, and we're gonna start with, I'm gonna make some stuffed peppers, stuffed banana peppers with prosciutto and mozzarella, and grill those up.
Yeah, man.
And then you guys brought the potato salad, and
yeah,
we'll be good. But yeah, Red Ruckus should be here anytime. He had to stop at the Griffin to take some measurements for some kind of welding or something that he has to do for those guys. Which I'm really excited about, those guys moving into Youngstown. I think that's gonna be a
that's
fucking
for sure.
huge
There's some
thing.
Youngstown news for you.
Yeah.
The guys who have the Griffin, the pubs, they're all over the place. They're planting flags all over the place.
They really are. They really are. I thought their next move was going to be Florida, because I had heard a rumor that it was going to be, but then all of a sudden they fucking pop up and buy fucking the old Maloney's store here in Youngstown, and they're turning it into a brewery.
That's
which
awesome.
is going to be great.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be tits. That's gonna bring so much stuff here.
It's going to bring so much
you
more
don't
business.
Dude, walking out of the Rapids Theater, not the Riviera. Isn't the Riviera in like Tonawanda or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where Mitch Hedberg played there like a month before he died or something. Like
Yeah.
right before he died, he played there.
Yep.
So that's going to be huge. But okay, we walk out of the Rapids, out of this Raconteur show, and it's like this great show in this beautiful venue, and you walk out to Main Street, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I used to bartend there.
Everything's boarded up.
Yeah.
There's nothing open. And I'm like, dude, can you imagine if this was all like open cool shit? If there was a brewery with a band playing an after party.
I know.
And all these people just funnel in there. Like, it's just this one lone island of cool shit happening around, like, just grossness.
Yeah, it really is. Like, like Lindsay, our friend Lindsay, who used to do all the bookings and stuff like that for that, like, all the big shows, she would call me. And she'd be like, I need another bartender, Harden. I'd be like, sure, you got it,
Yeah.
So I would come in and do, like I said, like the bigger shows.
So you got to see some cool shows?
Yeah, I got to see a lot of cool shows. It was so fucking cool, like, just doing it, and then, like, we'd finish up, and I'd walk out of there, and, like, you got a fucking giant pocket of money.
Yeah.
Cash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, all right, where's the car? Like, son of a bitch. Because it's that kind of bad right there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking terrible. And you're like, dude, I got fucking 400 bones in my pocket from...
Yeah.
You wouldn't bring in one dime with you because you're like, all right, I already know I'm going to have a lot in my pocket at the end of the night. Like, so don't bring $1 because if anything happens...
Yeah, I don't want to
at least it's just the money from that night.
Yeah. It probably helps that you're white, though. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not at, all hours of the night.
No.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
I remember I didn't have my car the one night, and I was I like just sat on the police station steps waiting for my ride. I was like, that's where I'll go.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, I would have gone inside and been like, yo, you guys work here. You know what's up.
You know what's up.
You got guns, I don't got a gun. Let me wait by your gun for a little bit until my ride's here.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Did I say when I was in Portland recently when we went to Maine for those fish shows?
Right.
There's a service that if you call them up, they'll deliver a present to your hotel. A flowery, green, delicious present.
Yeah.
So you'll be set for the whole week for the fish shows and everything. So I go out to roll up a cigar there, get it out of the humidor, and I'm walking around Portland trying to find somewhere inconspicuous to go.
You did tell me this is great.
And I'm like, dude, everywhere I go, I see like an alley. I'm like, that's a shitty little alley. I'm going to go down there. I turn the corner, and it's like some like fancy tea house, and there's everybody sitting outside on tables. I'm like, dude, it's all these little alleyways, and it was just popping. There was tons of people everywhere, kids, all this shit. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna, like, it's legal, it's medically legal, but it's recreation. I don't know, whatever. I'm not gonna fucking risk anything. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I'm not,
you don't want to like flaunt it.
No, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna find a good spot. And I'm like walking around for a while trying to find a spot. And I'm like, there's people everywhere. And I finally kind of get out of like the main hullabaloo of everything.
Right.
And I go down like next to this parking garage, and there's like a parking lot, and it's far away from any shit. And I'm like, all right, I'll be able to chill here. And I had to make a phone call. And I had to call a friend who had lost his fucking wife. And I had to talk to him. That was the first time I talked to him because he had called me when I was like on the plane. So I had that conversation. And I'm smoking my cigar, so the effects are hitting me. I get lightheaded when I smoke cigars. And after walking around for almost, dude, no less than like 20 minutes to a half an hour looking for the perfect place to smoke.
Right.
I come out after I'm on the phone. I'm like, all right, buddy, I'll fucking give you a shout next week. And I come around the corner and I look up and I'm looking for a street sign to see where I am.
Yeah.
And the first thing I see is Portland Police Department. And I'm like, I walked around for half an hour and I smoked a joint in the police department parking lot. Being like, this is perfect.
I got the spot.
Dude.
Dude, you guys come with me. I got the perfect spot.
Yeah. They're like, you see those cars with lights on top of them?
You know what those are, right?
Those aren't Ghostbusters? Figured you guys just had a real ghost problem here. Yeah, that was good times, though.
If you got some ganj in a neighborhood, where are you gonna smoke? Police department.
Yeah. So that's the opposite of what you did. What you did is hilarious. You just like run it's like you're like a little kid and you're like, that's bass when you're playing tag. You just get to the police station. Ha ha. I was touching it. You can't shoot me. I'm touching it.
All right.
Okay?
Right.
Or you got to get your buddies from the Christmas light situation to like give you like a card or something. Like, you know, you have like a PBA card. Like
those guys take care of you.
A Gangsters Benevolent Association card.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Just pull it out and they're like, oh man.
That's who you needed to call when you had your problem with the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, exactly.
Those guys would be like, motherfucker, give that shit back.
Yeah. He's mate. He's one of ours.
Yeah. Oh, we're starting fucking gang wars.
Yeah. So when is this brewery supposed to open up?
I don't know. They started doing some work on it. So
I haven't even been over there.
Yeah, and we're looking at. He originally said his thoughts were 12 to 16 months. So I'm thinking probably about 12 to 14 months now.
Yeah,
is my guess, because that was a couple months ago that he told me that. And it took a little longer to get all the T's crossed and the I's dotted and everything like that than he anticipated. So I think he was maybe a month behind schedule, which is not really that much. But they're starting to do work, and I saw that they're trying to sell all the fucking crap that's in there.
Yeah.
Because they literally left everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the whole PO system and everything like that, which I'm sure is like slightly outdated, but probably not too bad. Like,
do they have a cooler? A big like one big enough that I can just pop into it every once in a while.
Oh yeah. They got
my own person, like how most people have a tanning bed.
Yeah. Well, I guess they redid the entire kitchen in that place, so I guess the kitchen is like
ready to go,
fucking top of the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that they're going to use it, for like catering purposes, and at least from what he said, I think they're only going to do like appetizers and stuff actually there,
not like a full-on restaurant.
Right, which is great for us.
Yeah.
I think we're going to kind of I'm hoping and I'm thinking, because we go back pretty far.
Team up on some shit, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to team up on a lot of shit.
Make them part of like these music things, like we do kind of events that are back and forth between both places. You know what I mean?
So I think it's going to be a really good thing for, for him, for us, and hopefully for all of Youngstown. I mean, that's my hopes anyway. Start getting Youngstown back moving in the right direction.
Yeah, out of the water.
Yeah, seriously, because it seems like that. I don't know.
Well, I think
there's some good things down here, but
yeah, for sure. I think there's a generation of people who want shit like that to happen are starting to come into positions of being able to do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. The old guard, dies out, and then when everybody who's building all this stuff now are all fucking elderly, all the new kids are going to be like, why are there so many breweries?
Right.
Why is this stupid band playing again?
Yep.
It's just your culture it just phases out. So all these people who want like, fancy 50s yacht club type of shit, they're like, what do you mean a brewery? Like all this like hardwood exposed brick, like that's just not their world.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's going to be now, old man.
It is going to be now.
Talking about
Get
my
ready.
generation.
Here we come.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be fucking fantastic. I'm pretty excited about it. A lot of people were like, no, we need a store. And I'm like, look, we do. But this can, this can be the thing that starts to trigger, everything else.
Picture all of that being the fucking scene in Blazing Saddles. Howard Johnson's right. Everybody's last name is Johnson.
Yeah.
There was a peaceful town called Youngstown.
And then hilarious. They've got the man, I don't know, the church of something over there.
Yeah. Church, like I said, in Lewiston, Maine. It's little town, and then this gargantuan massive church. You're like, the The imbalance of funds here is very prevalent.
Well, this church, though, is exactly the opposite. This place used to be called Danny's Charcoal Pit. And now it's a church.
It's funny.
So
You put a fucking cross on anything, it becomes a church.
Exactly. It's no church, believe me.
You know what's gonna happen is like Pizza Hut is a like you know the shape of a Pizza Hut building. They're just all gonna become churches.
Yeah.
The churches are gonna buy old Pizza Huts and just put a cross on top.
There's one on my old street, on Oak Street.
Really?
There's a house that looks, yeah, like we used to be like, hey, the Pizza Hut house. Like when we were growing up.
That's
It was
funny.
the Danishes. That was their name. So,
That's delicious.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can take any. You can make this a church.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that hard.
no. You can make anything a church, obviously. If you can make Danny's Charcoal Pit a church,
Yeah.
you can make anything a church.
Somebody told me that if you convert to Rastafarianism, you're allowed to smoke because it's like part of your religion.
Really?
And like they can't. Yeah. I think you can say the N-word too.
That's it, I'm converting.
So, yeah, all these rednecks start converting. Now you can't kick me off Facebook.
That's fucking fantastic. You said it so quiet, too. I think you said the N-word, too.
Maybe. I remember reading something about that.
Yeah, that sounds fucking great. I think I'm going to convert
Just
from the nothing that I am right now.
yeah. Well, we had a friend who wanted us to do at their wedding. He wanted us to do because like I put up a video one time of playing "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster" on piano. And it's a really pretty song. If you break that, dude. Also, like girls just want to have fun. Like there's so many of these songs that you know, but if you just break down to the chord structure, you're like, that is a beautiful, sad song. Like, do girls just want to have fun on piano? Like one of our buddies was like, dude, that brought a fucking tear to my eye. That shit was amazing because it's so sad, and like I picture it in a montage of a movie of girls like, you know, getting abortions and shit. Like it's ironic. That's real artsy, highfalutin shit. So I was doing all those, and he wanted us to do "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster," and I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely, we'll do like a double guitar thing. It'll be cool. And I was like, he doesn't want me to like sing it, does he? Because that song is all N-words. That song is 95% N-words.
Right.
I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that.
He doesn't want me to sing it, does
Yeah.
he?
No, we just did like almost an old 50s love song version of it.
Right.
Like picking through and then... That's a great song.
Right.
And I would love to do it, but I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to say no. There's like, yeah. It's really, especially like at the jug where it's just all white faces. And you're like, this is starting to feel like a meeting.
Yeah, that could be not good.
Some old guy's like, finally. We're like, no, whoa.
Finally.
Someone talking some sense.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that's yeah, we can't really do that.
Be very tactful. We're getting there. What else? What else is there? What else is going on? We can't think of anything. It's Halloween show we're gonna do. September 1st is a good one. That's coming up. That'll be the last Sunday,
Right.
until football and all that stuff.
Yep. And then we got Monday.
So it really never ends. That's what I'm starting to find out.
No, it's fucking great.
Yeah, it is great. You got to find your little days in between where you can be like, all right, when is there like a day of nothing?
The days between.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that song's about. Everybody adds all this deep meaning to it. It's just about Jerry being like, I got nothing on Wednesday. It's gonna be great.
I know.
I ain't gonna do shit.
I ain't gonna do shit.
I can never do that though. Like I
I'm
try
gonna
to
eat a cheap
force.
bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some ice cream.
Yeah. I can never. I try like to sit and relax. Like I don't remember the last time I've watched a full movie in one sitting. I just get too itchy and like I have to go. Especially everything I do is like in my house, so like I can get up and go. Like if I'm like, fuck, I got to do that video or I got to do that thing. It's like it's never really nothing.
Right.
It's pretty much days I don't have to carry anything.
Yeah.
Or talk to anybody. Or
Right.
like go out and do shit if I don't want to. I had a time. I romanticize it. Like when like I had real good runs of playing in all these bands and doing all this shit, and like it just got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a fucking step back here. We got a house that needed a lot of work. I'm gonna get my house in order. I'm gonna get all this other shit going because I don't want to have to be tied to fucking playing gigs as much. I don't want to have to play. I do have to, but I want to get some other lines of revenue going.
Sure.
So, like, I just didn't do shit. I don't even think I had a phone at the time. I think my phone broke. I just didn't get one. And, like, I was just off the grid, man. People thought I was, like, dead. It was great. I had no because I didn't have projects to like, promote, so I wasn't on Facebook. I didn't need to do anything. I just chilled out and, like, fucking watched The Sopranos and just, like, smoked all day and just, like, I made a couple albums by myself without talking to anybody, and I'm like, those were the fucking days.
Yeah. When
people thought, like, I moved. I want to get back to that. So let's wrap this summer up, goddammit.
He moved to Alberta. He did. Yeah, there's no reception out there. You're not going to be able to get a hold of him.
No, he's off the grid. He's going to come. He's invented his own language.
Right.
All right, here's my deal with that movie, Nell. You know the movie Nell?
With Jodie Foster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's a girl who grows up in the woods completely by herself, and she invents her own language.
Yep.
And Liam Neeson has to
decipher it, figure it out.
If Nell was a guy, would have never invented the language. Of course, the woman has to create a way to talk.
Yeah.
There's nobody out there she invented a language because she just had to yap.
Right. A guy would be like, eh.
Yeah, there'd be like 3 grunts.
Right.
There'd be good grunt, bad grunt, hurt grunt, horny grunt, hungry grunt. There'd be like maybe some grunts. She invents a whole language so she can just complain out loud to herself. Mm-hmm. Of course. Of course. Of course. It's not a very feminist approach to movie reviews.
No. It's pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
A little bit true.
A little bit true. You're just like, I can't help but think if there was a dude out here, we wouldn't have to decipher all this shit.
Nope. Yeah, if roles were reversed, Liam Neeson was the person that grew up, and she was the doctor.
He would just lose his mind. He would just finally see a woman. We're watching one of the new Star Wars movies. They're all, I can't keep them together. There's the one where there's a whole section where they go to the casino and I get lectured on greed and consumerism by Disney's Star Wars. That was great. There's this whole section where she's like, they make money off the bat. I'm like, 30,000 kids are going to die in the making of this action figure. They're all inhaling paint and shit from get the fuck out of here. All right, so there's that one. It wasn't that one. It was another one where Luke Skywalker's been on this island for fucking decades.
Right.
And the girl goes and finds him. And he turns around and he sees her. And she's sitting there and she's staring at him. It's the first woman he's seen in a while. And he doesn't even say anything. He just turns around and just grunts and runs off and goes into one of his little huts. And Lee's like, what's he doing? I'm like, eh? This is the first time he's seen a woman in like 30 years.
Yeah, what do you think he's doing?
He's got like 3 little huts. I'm like, obviously, that's the sleeping hut, that's the shitting hut, and that's the jerk-off hut.
That's the jerk-off hut.
You're not going to jerk off in the shit hut. What? You're not going to sleep in the shit. You need 3 separate huts for all those things. All right?
That's the jerk-off hut.
Yeah. Which is, I think that's the name of the new brewery that's opening up across the street in the old Pizza Hut building. All right, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Shit.
Don't break your watch.
No, I didn't. Just popped it a little bit. All right, so yeah, September 1st.
September 1st, September 2nd, September 8th.
September 8th. All days.
Those are the 3 days.
I know. People shouldn't be on Facebook because it's unhealthy. But Jesus Christ, I don't know how else to get the word out to,
Yeah.
It's like you got to join one of them. What is it? What is there?
They'll all be on there.
Yeah, just text your friends. I don't know. If you're listening to this, it's your responsibility to get the word out.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So spread the news.
We're going to get one of those big bullhorn things and tie it to the top of an old cop car and drive around and announce it.
Yeah.
Like the Blues Brothers.
Well, it could be like the Ghostbusters. Didn't they have one of those on there?
No, it was the Blues Brothers who had the horn. The Ghostbusters had, it was like a cop car. It was like an ambulance.
Yeah.
Like a funny noise. Yeah. No, the Blues Brothers had the big thing, and he had, the thing where he's like, Saturday night, Blues Brothers, Rhythm and Blues Review.
Yeah.
They were on the beach and shit.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what we got to do. They got it done.
Yeah.
That dude just got out of jail. That was the first gig he played after getting out of jail, except for, the coffee shop and all that other,
Yeah.
And it was fucking packed.
Don't make us go get one of those.
And by the way,
we got enough to do.
They came out with to a packed crowd And they played for like 7 minutes and then crawled through a tunnel out the stage with a suitcase full of money and took off.
Yeah.
That's pretty gangster, but eventually I'd be like, what the fuck? The Blues Brothers play 2.5 songs and then disappear. All right, but Carrie Fisher was hot. She was hot in that, and she was hot in Star Wars.
Yep.
Star Wars goes back to the Jerkoff Hut, Pizza Hut. You can trace it all back. It all makes sense.
It all really does.
All right, so Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Tell your friends.
Yep.
Bye.
Good night.